topic immediately because that's just what we got to do until we get enough subs that it's just going. I'm not gonna keep. I'm not gonna do that. Oh, let me wait till people. But this topic is very cool to me. It's very intricate to me. It's interesting to me. And when y'all see this video, then y'all will pick up the gems that I dropped in this video. Now, I think I wanted to start by talking about why I feel like I am a newcomer to the friend thing. Cause like if I was to go through my whole story, how I always talk about like in my neighborhood, I wasn't. I mean, I had a couple female friends. I had like one or two, or maybe even three or four, but it was always crushes involved, like a crush. It was always like a crush. Like it was always like, and the attraction was mutual, meaning that I seen that they, had decent looks too, and they seen that, and it was always a little bit, like it could slide to another chapter if it wanted to. Shout out to the one viewer in here. But I always noticed that it could have slid to another chapter with these women. You know what I mean? I always noticed that. So my luxury with the friend and the social circle game hasn't, like I'm talking high school days. I'm talking like high school um times. I'm not talking now. Now I don't got no female friends. Um and I really don't even got no like friends at all, to be honest, right now. But I got a couple people I text. You feel me? Trying to establish more of a friendship. You know what I'm saying? And I've gotten better with it. I've gotten better with it. But I just want to talk with y'all about like what you want to call it? Uh, social circle game as well. Meaning it's not all about just like making friends. It's also about like yo, you could get a lot of dating and a lot of sexual happenings, and I don't know if that sounded cool, but a lot of sexual encounters through social proof. And if you in the pickup community, pickup dating, community, about social proof. And you would have had to recognize that, like I did, that um my longest relationship stemmed from my neighborhood, my neighborhood. So she had the luxury to first see me in a pack of people. You know what I'm saying? And when people see you in a pack of people, you just tend to be like looked at as, socially accepted already. So you're kind of in many ways you're pre-selected too because there's other girls in the neighborhood. Um, and so the neighborhood has a filter to where it's like gonna show who's who all the time. So the power is already kind of jam packed into the situation. So I think like before I turned this camera on, I was telling myself like, yo, all attraction. I heard this when I was younger from a pickup artist, and it's funny because I wasn't even in the pickup, but I heard this. He said, attraction is not a choice. So I was younger, I would flirt with women and stuff like that, but I would think it was a choice, right? Like, oh, these women are, like it's something inside of us who feel like if people like us, they're choosing to like us. But when you start to logicalize instead of emotion, you start to think, you like, no, wait, hold on. They like me because they're attracted to something and they had no control over the attraction, meaning it just was what it was. People can't help what they're attracted to. It's just something in that person that likes you for whatever reason. Um, a lot of people like looks, and that's my story. I feel like a lot of my life, that's what people were kind of gravitating on, and that's something that I ain't gonna say fix, but it's something I want to tweak because becoming a social or a lifestyle coach or a friendship coach it's more substance to that than for someone to just like you just cause like they see you like, and then they're like, oh, whatever his personality is, we're gonna see what later on. And that's not really how it's supposed to be, man. I mean, that's just how it is. Like I said, because attraction ain't a choice. Like, but the attraction that comes with when you are having conversations over long periods of time, that's when it's like, okay, this is the real game. That first part of the game wasn't really the game. It was just a marketing thing, you know. Like you see the image, you know. Like if I walk down the aisle of Target, every cereal looks good based on the marketing scheme, but not they all don't taste good, and that's the scenario. But I also was watching somebody before I came in here, and he was talking about how if he's talking to a woman, he's not just going to talk about sex directly. He's going to indirectly talk about sex. And my dating coach is all about being direct as a man. But I do feel like as I study more into the dating world and stuff like that, and just social circle stuff, it's like, yeah, like if it's a girl that's if she happened to be in like say it's me and my cousin, and this is my cousin's friend, and she's a girl, I'm not just gonna tell her, hey, I want to have sex with you straight up. Now I might, but see, that's if my cousin is not gonna whine about it. But some people may feel like they're gonna lose out if you do that. So sometimes it's better to be indirect. And so I was watching this guy talk just now, and he was saying he wouldn't just tell a girl, let's have sex. He would go indirect, meaning he would bring up topics that included sexual situations that led her to start to open up to talk about the sex, which was a very crafty way to do it. That led me to the word preconceived. I appreciate you. Like this video, man. Subscribe, and we gonna take over, man. But it led me to the word preconceived because I said to myself, in order for him to be indirect in conversation, he would have had to give himself the preconceived notion that, hey, I want to have sex with her. But how am I going to get it without saying I want to have sex with you? Like he said, he had to formulate a sentence or two or whatever that was seemed casual, like we're just talking. But hey yo, bro. I'm like, hey yo, talking to the girl. I'm like, hey yo, um, my bro, me and my bro was at a party, and my bro had went in the bathroom with this girl, and they was just having sex in the stall and stuff like that. So I'm talking to you, but I'm really shifting the conversation onto somebody else, and but the sex is still the conversation is still riddled with sex. So I'm giving her the opportunity to say, this sounds safe to talk about this in this setting, and just start talking about it. And so the key was the my mindset. His mindset was that he was already knew I'm attracted to this girl and I want something to happen, but I don't want to be too direct. So it's direct and indirect all the time, but still getting what you want to get out the situation, basically. So that's like social circle, but that's like talking to a girl that you kind of like in the social circle without really like picking her up, like type of situation, without really picking her up, you know. And so, but I didn't want to just talk about females today. I wanted to actually talk about just friends in general. Um, what I got? Yeah, I want to talk about friends in general, and I want to play a little skit from the guy that I'm listening to.